Whilst Jamie still hasn't announced the stream, I might as well just talk in here to me one person that is watching this. A bit of controversy already, even though qualifying just started. Yeah. So Ketzel didn't choose a car, and he's in the Aston Martin when he shouldn't be. Bobby is in the lobby, but well, he's not picking a car at the moment, since, well, of course he wants his car. Okay, and there's a restart. All right.
Saudis have more money. Not just the Saudis, but the folks in the Middle East have just absolute insane private jets. That you have to understand, things are being engineered and built to fly in the air. Yeah. And so someone will have some sort of...
Przepraszam bardzo, chodnik jest dla pieszych, a nie dla rowerów. Czy normalny jesteś? Stworzysz zagrożenie dla kierowców. Won na chodnik! Przepraszam bardzo.
Fellas, looks like Ten Hag survives. It looks like he has bust case.
So you've been told to do sled work for the military. What happens if your gym doesn't have one?
I get asked this question a lot, and the best substitute I've found for sled pushes is the barbell walking lunge. You still get a crazy single leg stimulus, and your heart rate gets jacked through the roof, just like the sled push.
Of course, if you have both, it makes for a pretty savage superset.
She's crazy like.
So you've been told to do sled work.
What is it? Mass, new word. T.
Toil. T-O-I-L.
Toil. Good, got an O.
Tone. T-O-N-E.
Tone. It's not tone.
Toll. T-O-L-L.
Toll. T-O-L-L. It's not toll. You can pass if you want to.
Pass.
Touch, new word. L.
Lion. L-I-O-N.
Lion. It's not lion, got an O.
Lose. L-O-S-E.
Oh, we don't want you to lose, come on. Right, you got an S, not in the right place.
Loss. L-O-S-S.
We're not at a loss, are we? No, one more letter.
Lots. L-O-T-S.
Lots, L-O-T-S, come on. Blimey, you had us all worried there, Yusuf.
Finally, after a bit of a, well, a bit of a, what, 21 minutes of absolutely nothing in the stream, we are finally going. Finally with the right cars for everyone. Finally, everyone is in the right cars. And so we are back cooking for the final race here in Brazil. And Brazil, very good race for racing and all that, so should be good. And yeah, Leo, Dome and Adonis are on the inters. By the way, Adonis is a newcomer to the server. Stra is reserving for Williams. Adonis is as well reserving for Williams. Hudsker for Mercedes. Yusuf for McLaren. That's the reason as well why he's not commentating with me. Sad times. Hudsker first sector, 17.450, getting a bit held up by the Williams of Stra on the outlap, and Hudsker has to avoid the Williams. That was going very slow. That wasn't ideal from Stra at all. Mr. Mine next one to be on a lap, but Stra is not really letting people through. He's not, and Mr. Mine has been it now. Stra really just he does not give a fuck about anyone at the moment. He does not care. He doesn't care about anyone. He has impeded 2 drivers in 1 lap. Both of them probably have damage as well, so that's lovely for Stra. Bobby is going to be the first one to cross the line, who is on the soft compact tire. Bobby fastest lap, of course, 07722. Behind Leo, he's got to finish his time of 1:10.673. 3 seconds behind Bobby, but that is, of course, on the inters. Adonis 1 second slower than Leo, 1:11.615. Shakespeare type stuff by Indigo. 09412 from Unmasked goes up as a P2. Then after that we have Sorrow in the V car finishing his time, going into the finish line, and Sorrow is gonna be in front of Unmasked 09148. Then behind we have Yusuf not finishing his time since he is invalidated, but it seems like he's gonna be starting another one quickly. Then it's gonna be Stra finishing his time, and he goes P2 08924. Hudsker goes P3 09046. This time, luckily, he didn't get impeded by Stra. Stra is gonna get penalties, of course, 2 of them, if them 2 are gonna get reported. I could honestly just report them myself, but you know, Melin through the finish line, and he's gonna go fastest like usual, 07275 by Melin. By the way, as well, a fun stat that Max Fan at the moment has joined most poles in a row at the moment with Lighty. Yeah, 5 in a row, and so if he would get a pole this race, then he's gonna break a record for most poles in a row. If I remember right, that it was in a row. I believe it was in a row. Yusuf in the meantime goes third, 08137. Let me just double check that stat. Sarah has joined to watch. I guess she could just join into my commentary box as well. Let me just double check that. Yeah, longest ever pole streak. Lighty and Max Van both have 5 poles at the moment. Lighty, of course, not racing. And yeah, I want my phone to be charging, but it's not flipping charging. Alright, there we go. Ryan going in the meantime P3 07964. Then we're gonna have Yusuf going into the pits probably. Yeah, that's going in. Or no, he's starting another lap on those softs actually. Then we have TVH on a flying, but we have Tim further up on a lap. Tom has joined the grid, so we have a full session of 22 people. Somehow we have 20 drivers and, well, one commentator, that is me, and one Sarah in the just watching, I guess. Tim 50.75 through the second sector, and now going into the finish line. Pretty long way to go to the finish line, and Tim is going to go P2 07505 by Tim. Then TBH, not going to be a great lap, but goes P8 09046, an exact same time as Hotsker to 1,000 of a second, 09046 by TVH and Hotsker. Then Brandon is going to start his lap. Tom joins the session. Yusuf has binned it seems like, on the exit of turn 12. It seems like. Then we're going to have... who's going to be the next one to finish their lap? Bobby is going to be starting a lap. Adonis, maybe? Yeah, he's finishing his time. And where's Adonis going to finish his time? 08298. So Adonis, a very good time in the Williams, especially that. In a Williams, very good time. To go very close behind Ryan and Bobby and all that. So he's looking very quick at the moment. Very good. Jamie's starting a lap. Then we have Tim. Bobby improving on his time by 22 thousandths of a second through the first sector. Oliver is finishing his time, and he is... I know that was probably Sarah. That was Sarah actually starting his lap. Max Van as well starting his lap. Brandon is going to finish his time, and he's going to jump up to P4 07894. Then we're going to have Oliver finishing his time. There we go. And Oliver is going to jump up to P8 08813. Behind him there was Almas Mad finishing his time, but it seems like he stayed in P12. Seems like. The two Aston Martins already retiring in the pits. Let me just check Almas Mad's time. Did he improve or not? Yeah, he actually did. He's just 9 thousandths behind TVH. Then Leo going back into the pit since he binned it. Tom is going to start his lap. Jamie is going to finish his time through turn 14. Actually, that's not a corner, but anyways, Jamie going up into P4 07788. Very good time by Jamie as well. Then we're going to have Sorrow finishing his time, going P11 08973. And then we're going to have the driver who wants to get that record to himself and not be joined with Lighty. At the moment, his first time, only 15.946, so not a good time by Max Van, but of course this is still Q1. So it's not like that he has to push to his absolute full potential. Anyone improves? It doesn't seem like that anyone has improved. Then we're going to have Yusuf starting his lap. Tom is going to be finishing his time, second sector 51.973. Tom really is cooking in those shitty cars, even though Alpine was better and is better than Kicksauber. He's still doing better in a Kicksauber than what he was doing in an Alpine somehow. I guess he likes understeer cars. Tom, in the meantime, goes P11, drops down to P12, 08851, as Dome has finished his time to go P7, 08081. Then we're going to have Max Van going into the pits. Actually, so he's not going to finish his time. Mr. Mine, his first flying lap that he will be able to complete. And Mr. Mine, where is he going to go? Into P16 only, and he the same exact time as TVH and Hosgard as well. 09046, three cars, the same exact time to 1,000 of a second. Hotger, TVH, and Mr. Mine the same exact time, and Old Master Mad only 9 thousandths behind them. I'm taking a screenshot of this right now. Yusuf, where is he gonna finish his time? It doesn't seem like that he has finished his time with a good lap. In front of him, he has a Leo, who has started his lap as well. Yeah, Getzel, get to driving, mate. Get to driving. So yeah, Mr. One, of course, is not gonna be happy with that. Even though in here it is very exciting that we have three cars in with the same exact time to 1,000 of a second. For him, it's not good since he's outside of the dropout zone. There is something going on with people being in worse cars, doing worse in an Alpine, which is a better car. There is something with it. I mean, Mr. Mine is really struggling with that Alpine at the moment, it seems like. Leo is going to be finishing his time, and where is he going to jump up to P10, 08361. Yusuf still driving on the same set of softs. Max Van is going to be starting his lap soon. Then it's going to be Kettle as well, finishing his time. Adonis, beautiful lap by Adonis. He is cooking in here very nicely. 6th position, 07903 by Adonis. This is a very good time by him. In a Williams as well. This is a very good time from him. Very good, very good time. I mean, I guess if he would get a better car than a Williams, then he would be cooking for potential pole position. I mean, there where Tim is, I guess. Max Van, of course, improving on his purple first sector apparently, but that just says that he is improving, or he's going for it. Like, he's done a good lap. Leo going off track, seems like going a bit off-roading. Has fuel still in the car, but he's going very low on those on gears, or very high on gears, it should be. Yusuf, is he gonna give tow to his teammate Max Van? Yes, he does. It seem like, yes, he is actually giving him slipstream. Max Van doesn't need slipstream, but anyways, he's giving it, and Max Van is probably gonna go P1. Yes, he does. 07240 by Max Van. That slipstream definitely helped Max Van there, since it's by only 25 thousandths. Max Van, with that slipstream, takes P1. And yeah, Kettle, what's his time gonna be? He's just about to finish it. Probably is gonna be last, but let's see how big the deficit is gonna be to the next car. It's over it's over a second. It's over, oh my goodness me, it's over a second. It's over a second, the deficit. Lord have mercy. Ay. Kettle is not cooking at the moment. Mr. Mine needs to cook a lot. There's a very low amount of ERS at the moment. I mean, he's on a flyer. He's the only one to be on a flyer, if he is as well on a flyer. But he has very low amount of ERS to be through the second sector. You want to leave a lot for the final straight. He's gaining by 2.5 tenths through the second sector, which is good in his position. Still not great. And going into the finish line, what's it gonna be for Mr. Mine? Where is he gonna finish his time? Going P15 only, 08903 by Mr. Mine, just outside of that dropout zone. He's not gonna be that happy with that. Hotsker already improving on his time by 56 thousandths. Tom just a bit down on his time. Stra, his first sector, what it is gonna be. Let's just quickly see, 34,000 down in his time. Let's see Sorrow as well, if he's up on his time through the first sector. He's a 10 down through the first sector. That's a massive gap there. Oliver, 13,000 is not bad. Hotker is 3 tenths up on his time. So if he keeps that gap, should be easily into Q2. Of course, in a Mercedes, but it is a Mercedes. He's doing a good time. Sorrow's binned it. Sorrow's binned it. And so Sorrow is going to be out of qualifying. Hotsker goes P14, 08829. So Mr. Mine has been pushed off. Tom improved on his time to go P13, 08767. Hotsker drops down to P15. Like I said, Mr. Mine is out of qualifying. The same with Sorrow and Kettle. The next car, well, was Stra, but he's safe at the moment. Oliver, is he going to be able to improve on his time a little bit even? Oliver through the line. Yes, he does improve his time, but 1,000 of a second behind Tom. On Masamad, can he improve on his time? And by how much on Masamad? No, he doesn't even improve on his time. TVH, can he improve on his time through the second sector? Not improving. Third sector, not improving. And Sorrow has been it earlier in the lap. So that is qualifying done for the bottom 15. And that is Mr. Mine in P16. Sorrow 17th. Then TVH. Then on Masamad. And then Kettle down in 20th. Hotsker just about manages to not get knocked out of qualifying. Oliver, Tom, Stra, well, Stra less, but Tom and Oliver had their bit of a scare there, probably on their laps, but they're safe. They're nicely in their positions in 12th, 13, and 14 at the moment. They're through into Q2. Of course, Max Van fastest, then Melon P2, Tim P3, Bobby P4, Jamie P5, then Brandon, Adonis, Surprise, Ryan, Dome, and Yusuf rounds of the top 10, and then it's Leo, Stra, Tom, Oliver, Hotsker rounds of the people who go into Q2, and then it's, like I said, Mr. Mine, Sorrow, TVH, On Matt, and Kettle out of qualifying. The bottom 3, the expected, Sorrow has been, this is his second time in a row being down in, being knocked out. Mr. Mine, no, because he didn't get knocked out in Abu Dhabi. But yeah, not good to look for Mr. Mine at the moment. Leo as well, bit struggling, but he's safe in P2 in an Alpine, which is mad. And as well as the fact that he was so close behind Max Fan was crazy. Like at one point, only 30 points behind Max Fan, which was crazy. Hello, Mrs. Mine. By the way, yeah, no Yusuf, no party. So it's more back to the more serious commentary at the moment. It's back to the more serious stuff. I'm not a joker. I'm not like Yusuf. And yeah, that was the end of Q1. There we go, we have the bottom 10. Bottom 15 or 16. Whatever. And now we go into Q2. Now those who just about barely managed to get into Q2, then they're gonna have a bit of a struggle in here. And of course now with at the moment, Adonis being very good in the Williams. It's gonna be a bit tight. There's gonna be one of the top cars who isn't gonna make it. We already, well, of course, Hotsker isn't gonna make it, but I mean, you can already not take him at the moment in the equation. But with Leo and Adonis, we're more about Adonis just cooking at the moment. Then it could mean that maybe a Ferrari, maybe Leo is going to be out, maybe a McLaren. Yeah, maybe one of those. Maybe an Aston Martin even. Maybe even the 1.9 TDIs. Maybe. Just maybe. Let me fantasize a little bit, shall we? Jamie out on track. We have as well Hotsker. We have as well Max Van out on track. Then we have the two Williamses of Stra and Adonis. Then we have Tom. Then we have Melon out on track. Then we're gonna have Dome out on track, his home Grand Prix, and Rapini's as well home Grand Prix. Rapini, of course, the team principal of Ferrari. And so yeah, Hotsker Advent starts his lap first, and then it's gonna be Max Van, and then it is gonna be Jamie. Jamie using the same tactic that he has been doing on Max Van for a very long time this season, using Max Van as a slipstream tool. Of course, he knows that Max Van is gonna run away from him, so he's just trying to take his slipstream while he can. And so it seems like that he's a bit close. Let's go with Max Van. What's his first sector gonna be? It's gonna be a 16.978. Jamie's first sector 16.806, but of course that's due to slipstream. Honestly, I wouldn't be that much surprised if Jamie would be very close behind Max Van in terms of timing. Jamie a bit close to Max Van at the moment through the second sector. A bit not. Bit close. This looks like they're actually having a race, but they're not racing. They are driving. Jamie 51.032 second sector. Max Van 51.194 through the second sector. And now Max Van is using most of his ERS. Of course, Hotsker is going to go fastest unless he invalidates. And now Jamie probably is going to go fastest. Yes, he does. 0.7599. Max Van second. 0.7970. Of course, Max Van probably used tires, but Jamie using the slipstream to his advantage very nicely. And so at the end he goes P1. Strap P3. 0.8396. Melon is about to finish his time, but that's not a good time, and he's not even finishing his time. He goes back into the pits. Ryan is going to start his lap. Then it's going to be Tom, who's not going to finish his time. He's actually starting another one. Dome, what's his time going to be? He's finishing his time, and Dome is going to go P2, 0.7919. So he even goes in front of Max Van. Max Van, of course, used tires, like I said. Then it is gonna be Tim finishing his time 51.027 advance from Tim. So Tim is gonna be close with Jamie, at least through the second sector, but third sector Jamie had that superior slipstream from Max Van, so Tim is probably gonna be behind Jamie. Tim, like I expected, behind Jamie, 0.7681. That's roughly a tenth. Actually, that's 800ths that he lost to Jamie was due to that slipstream that Jamie got through that main straight. Then we're gonna have Ryan finishing his time. Yusuf starting his lap. Ryan is gonna finish his. The gear is open. And going into the finish line, Ryan, where's he gonna finish his time? He goes P3, 0.7739. Tom, where's he gonna finish his time? P7, 0.8672. Then we have Leo finishing his time, and he is gonna go P4, 0.7879. Then we're gonna have a V-Corb that's starting, yes, Oliver's starting his lap. Then further on, then we're gonna have Brandon on a lap, but he's only in exiting P9, going into turn 10, not P9, going into turn 10 through 11, and then shortly into 12, second sector 51, 307, so a bit down on Jamie and probably down a bit on Leo. I mean, with Leo it's going to be very close. He should be around to Leo's time. But anyways, Brandon is going to finish his time, and he goes P4 07822. Say me the best F1 driver. Like, if in real life, the best. I mean, it of course depends if you're talking about all time or at the moment. At the moment, Max. Yeah, well, Max Verstappen, of course, at the moment. But if all time, well, best. Well, all time. I'm assuming you're talking about all time. All time. Well, statistically, it's Lewis, of course. But I mean, it's hard to, of course, say if it's. I mean, it's really like it's really only between Lewis and Michael. It's really only between them. I mean, you could argue as well Senna, but Senna as well in his time, it's like saying Jim Clark is the greatest of them all. Like Jim Clark and Ayrton Senna had a superior amount, a huge amount of talent, both of them. In their times, they were the best drivers in terms of talent. Bobby goes second, 07628. In their times, they had the best. They had the best talent. They were the best, but they didn't achieve much. Of course, they didn't achieve much because of both of their deaths. Of course, so I mean, it's of course hard to compare the older gen to the newer gen. So, I don't know, I mean, I'd say Lewis, probably. I'd probably say Lewis. I mean, both Lewis and Michael do, like, it's really between them, and between them it's really just, who do you prefer? And, well, I a little bit prefer Lewis at the moment. Adonis goes fourth, 07709, so he's really cooking in that Williams. Max Van is cooking as well in that McLaren with those brand new softs. Already half a second faster through the second sector, and Max Van is gonna go fastest. Yes, he does. 07257, almost identical time to his Q1 time. Only 17,000 down his time through the first sector. Yusuf yet again running on the same set of softs, but at the moment, I mean, 3.5 gap between Stra and himself. They're still behind. There's still Melin to do a time. Well, now it's literally behind. Yusuf to the first sector, 48,000 up on his time. Leo's having some problems with staying in the lobby at the moment. Seems like it. Do we have him? Yeah, there we go. Well, he's joined. Anyways. Yeah, Yusuf on a lap into turn 10. Melin is going to be soon on a lap. Just that he hasn't started it yet. Yusuf through the second sector. He's up by 1.5 tenths. How much ERS does he have? Pretty good amount. A decent amount of ERS going into this straight. And then DRS open. And what's it gonna be for Yusuf? Only P9 07893 for Yusuf. It's gonna be a bit tight as well. Leo has retired early. I mean, he is retired. His ego retired, but at the moment, with Melon, who's gonna, if Melon is gonna finish his time, 16.776. So yeah, if he doesn't invalidate, then he's gonna be easily fine. He's gonna be easily fine into P2, maybe P3, but still, you get the point. He's gonna be easily through. But then after that, well, like I said, it's gonna be either. As of right now, it's really looking like it's gonna be either Dome, Yusuf, or Leo out of Q2. Leo, of course, has retired early. Melon 50.562, so that second sector is as well monstrous. And then just run up to the finish line, and then there's gonna be a time on the board for Melon. And is it gonna go fastest? Yes, he does. 07171 by Melon. He goes fastest in front of Max Van by 800. Sorry. And yeah, he is the fastest at the moment. Yusuf crawling back into the pits. He still has a good amount of time. His teammate Max Van has retired in the pits, but of course that's more understandable as of right now. Ryan should be safe. Should be. I don't know if somehow Stra, Oliver, Hudsker, or Tom are just gonna pull up a massive lap. 07739. Faster than that, then Ryan could be out. Of course, it depends if Brandon is going to improve, Dome, Yusuf, but at the moment, it is Dome who is out of qualifying in Q2. It's not going to be going into Q3. Yusuf just about on the outside of that spot. Wait, didn't you go out? I swear to God, Yusuf went out. I guess not. Dome has come out of the pits. Of course, he doesn't want to be in the bottom there. In the bottom of the pack. And yeah. We have all of the 5 cars outside of the top 10. We have Brandon as well coming out of the pits. Oliver is already starting his lap. He's gonna get maybe a bit of traffic. I mean, he's gonna get Brandon at least. The other cars, they should be fine. Through turn 1 and 2, 3. Oliver should be fine with traffic, at least the 2 cars in front of him, which are Tim and Yusuf. To be fair, I don't know why Tim has gone out of pits, but anyways. Oliver is at the moment good with his time, at least not invalidating. Stra already invalidated his time. He still has time to do another one. He still has enough fuel to start another one. Hudsker, how much is he improving by? 1.5 tenths through the first sector. Tom, let's see his first sector as well. But like I said, Stra has still enough time to start another lap. Tom to the first sector. No, he's abandoned it at the moment. Oliver through the second sector. We didn't see what his delta is. And Oliver now run up to the finish line. A load of ERS to use. And Oliver, where is he going to finish his time? He is going to finish P12 08292. Still a long way behind Dome. That's 3 tenths, almost 4 tenths behind Dome. So that's a massive gap that there is to breach for these drivers. Hudsker finishing his time, not improving, out of VRS, and he's barely gonna improve 48 thousandths. Stra is gonna start another lap. Then we are gonna have Adonis starting another one. Dome is gonna finish his time. He's 2 tenths up on his time to the second sector. Dome, is he gonna go into Q2? At the moment, he is into Q2. 2 thousandths behind Adonis, 07711. Now, Yusuf is in the chopping block of not making it into Q3. Including, of course, Oliver, Tom, who is now going for another lap. Stra has earlier retired. Tom, first sector 49,000. It looked like he could have gotten blocked there by Stra's AI, but he didn't. Brandon, same exact time it seems like from Brandon. Yusuf, is he gonna improve his downest time? Yes, he's gonna improve to go P9.07801, and that is Leo out of qualifying at the moment, unless Tom can pull out something out of that John Deere to make Brandon to be out of qualifying as well. Tom, only 1.5 tenths up on his time. Adonis in front. He doesn't improve. Tim doesn't improve either. Tom, there's just gonna be not enough time. He would have to. No, he's gonna be in 14th. Only 2 tenths of improvement. 0.8478. The gap was way too big. Well, now it's even over 4 tenths. So there's that gap between of course, the great drivers, and then as well the great machinery compared to the good drivers and decent machinery. There's that gap. But of course, between Leo and Oliver at the moment. And so it is. Q2, out of Q2 are Leo, Oliver, Stra, Tom, and Hotker out of Q2. In Q3, we will see Melon, Max Van, Jamie, Bobby, Tim, Adonis, Dome, Ryan, Yusuf, and Brandon in Q3. Adonis a bit of a surprise. Adonis, he's running very surprisingly very well at the moment. 2000s in front of a Ferrari. He's in front of the two Ferraris, 1 McLaren and 1 Red Bull. So yeah, I mean this track is so goddamn close that there's just not enough difference between the car and the machinery. Between the car and the machinery. Yeah, between the driver and the machinery. So yeah, I mean, it's just a bit impossible to make any sort of time. No, there just isn't enough corner. No, it's just that there isn't enough corners. I mean, you just need to be good around Brazil. Of course, you would need to be doing that everywhere, but Brazil is so goddamn close that just the driving skill isn't that big of a factor compared to the other tracks. It's so goddamn close that you just can't make up the time like that. I don't know what the hell am I talking, but I don't know. But anyways, the race is gonna be just a massive DRS train between half the grid. It's gonna be only like Melon and Max Van, and then after that there's gonna be a massive DRS train. Because you just cannot get away from other people. I mean, honestly, in Brazil with all of the DRS trains, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I'm not even joking. Anything can happen. Like literally everything. Yeah. Somehow you start in P11 and then all of a sudden you're in P8 because 3 drivers either took themselves out or 2 took themselves out and 1 went off track. You know, there is always this. So yeah, I mean that's of course one thing that you just get the game and you can just reserve for your own team. That's a plan. Max Van out on track. Pretty much almost everyone is going to be out on track besides one on the Ferrari, and that's Brandon at the moment. But Max Van is the first one to be out on track. Then we have Tim. And then after that is one of the Red Bulls, that's Jamie. So we're just going to go with Max Van since he's the first one and he's as well the fastest at the moment. or he wasn't faster in Q1. Melon was faster in Q2, but Maxan already invalidates through the first corners and through the first sector. Tim is still on the lap. First sector 16.732. Very good first sector by Tim. Jamie's first sector, what's it gonna be? Bit of gravel. That's not that's suboptimal. Jamie 16.876. Brandon as well coming out of the pits. Melin, what's his first sector gonna be? Let's just quickly watch that. First sector before we go into Tim. Melin's first sector 16.790. So Tim Advent the fastest. Second sector 50.629 for Tim. So Tim, of course, going for the provisional pole position as one. Jamie's second sector 50.961. Tim, what's his final lap gonna be? An 07.197. Tim, of course, goes provisional pole position. Jamie is gonna be behind. Melin has binned it. Melin has binned it on the exit of turn 8. Jamie goes P2 07680. Behind, then we are gonna have Brandon starting a lap. Ryan on a lap. Second sector is going to 51.119. Not a good second sector from him compared to the others, of course. One of the cars is going off, but that's Melin going off. Ryan with that sector, he's going to be behind Jamie. And actually, he's in front of Jamie. 07647. Dome is even in front of both of the Ferraris. 07460, very good time from Dome. Bobby goes P2, 07431. Then Adonis P6, 07784. Melin finished his time. Yusuf, what's his time gonna be? It's gonna be on P7, 07872. So a terrible third sector from Yusuf. Brandon still yet to finish his time. What's his second sector gonna be? First sector was a good one, 16.9. Second sector 51.145. So Advent, he's still as well doing very good on his lap. Very good, very good. At the moment, he's gonna be probably behind Adonis, maybe somewhere in there. Brandon is gonna finish his time, and he's gonna be in front of Jamie. Actually, 07659. So I guess them drivers who had worse second sectors than Jamie saved up more ERS throughout the lap, and so those drivers had just more ERS on the third sector, and they had a faster top speed through the third sector, of course. Yusuf just going slow, trying to recharge his ERS, but that's just that didn't trick work. I don't think he should be even doing that. To try and gain the ERS. Actually, that is gaining an ERS. I mean, he's a none, so Bobby has invalidated his lap. He's lagging like crazy though. He's gone straight on. Brandon is not lagging for me. Bobby is having some problems at the moment, it seems like. Yusuf is on a flying lap yet again. First sector already 2/10 down in time. I don't recommend... he has already invalidated. I wouldn't even recommend to try and do another lap on those softs when it's Q3 as well. If it would have been Q1, Q2, then sure, but Q3, nah. You ain't doing it, mate. You ain't doing it. Max Van on a lap. The same with Tim, right behind Max Van. Max Van, hopefully he doesn't invalidate his lap once again. And through turn 2, a lot better. At least with the thing about invalidating. Let's look at Max Van's first sector and then quickly to Tim. Max Van's first sector 16.774. Tim seems to be improving. Seems to be... No, he's not. He's been it. He's invalidated. Yusuf going very slow in the pits. Max Van, of course, is fighting for that pole position record. 6 in a row he would have to make. He could make it in Brazil. At the end, he has 5 in a row, but he needs that. He needs that, and he wants that 6th one in a row. Through this second sector, 50.296. What the? Jesus! That's a massive gain on Tim. That's gonna be an 068 or 7 at the moment from Max Van. Max Van is gonna go fastest. Oh wait, 986 only. I thought he was gonna absolutely smash that time to go into 07s or 06, 08s, but no, a high 09. But anyways, Max Van goes to provisional pole position by 2/10. Melin down on his lap by a 10th through the first sector, but Max Van ridiculous second sector, 50.2. 50.2. Goddamn, Melin has again binned it. So I can go look at the race director, compare these two laps. I mean, Jesus Christ. Then that third sector, it seems like that he lost the time, but still. Goodness me, goodness gracious. Dom fastest third sector at the moment, so he's... Either he has very low wings, or he's saved up a lot of energy on that, on his lap. He either saved up a load of energy, or he just he just has the lowest wings at the moment. And Bobby really has some problems at the moment. He has some problems with the connection to connect to the lobby. But yeah, Max Van, ridiculous time, absolutely ridiculous. 2/10 in front of Tim, 4.5 in front of Bobby, almost 5 in front of Dome, 6.5 to Ryan. Then 7/10 to Jamie, 8/10 to Adonis, 9/10 to Yusuf, and 16.7 seconds in front of Melin. Melin at the moment doing very good time. Is that Brandon? No, that's Dome coming out of the pits very, very early compared to the others. No one's coming out. There is one Red Bull coming out. That's Ryan coming out of the pits at the moment. Soon a lot more are going to be coming out. But at the moment it is only Ryan. There we go. Another McLaren, another Ferrari, another Mercedes, or the other Mercedes. Yeah, so there we go. Jamie as well. We're going to have the other McLaren. A lot of cars coming out of the pits. Dome is going to have a bit of traffic on his lap. Tim as well coming out of the pits. Bobby is a bit screwed at the moment. Dome could be a little bit as well. He has a lot of traffic in front of him. Hopefully he's not going to be impeded or anything like that from those cars in front. Through this Senesis has done well done. Enough that he didn't invalidate. First sector is he up on his time. Yes, he is by 38,000, so that's a good start to his lap. Bobby's now exiting the pits. Should be fine to start the lap. Dome into turn 6 and 7 now, up the hill. And then into turn 8. Heavy braking zone. Easy to lock up your rears. Then into turn 9. Just a long ass left-hander. And then into turn 10. Yet another place that you can lock up your fronts, rears. And then yeah, now downhill into turn 11. A little bit of traffic in front of him, loads of traffic in front of him. What is going on? He's gonna have to go onto the escape road. One of the McLarens was on the track, and that was Yusuf impeding him. But there was a load and load of traffic. There was the two McLarens, Tim and Melin, doing some shenanigans on that final corner. It's not the final corner, but the final actual corner. They were doing something there. something just... They were going very slow in that. They were all cramped up together. Dome had nowhere to go. Bobby yet again left, so he's really having some connection problems. Ryan 2/10 up on his time. At the moment, he could be in front of Bobby. He could be in front of Bobby as of right now, which would be huge, because Bobby is having his own problems as well. Ryan is going to cross the line. Is he going to go in front of Bobby? No, just behind Bobby. 18,000 behind Bobby. And then we have loads and loads of cars. We have Brandon and Adonis. Brandon first one. He's up on his time through the second sector. Third sector, did he as well have some time? Yes, he is, but he stays 6th. Adonis goes up to P7. Jamie, P6. Max Van, it stays. But Tim takes the pole position, but Melon takes the pole position away. And so Max Van can't get his pole position streak of 6 pole positions in a row. It is Melon for the first time on pole position since Belgium. Belgium? Yeah, or before Belgium, something like that. Melon on pole position once again. Tim P2, Max Van only P3 as of right now, so he stays only P3. Can't extend his pole streak, and he has to stay at the moment with Lighty, Bobby P4, Ryan, Dome, Jamie, Brandon, Adonis, and Yusuf rounds off the top 10. Quickly done there. Dome could have gotten a lot faster probably, but unfortunately he got impeded by the cars in front. And so yeah, hold on a minute. Had to take off the hoodie. It was already getting warm, and with 38 laps of racing, the heavy laps of racing that we're gonna see from the drivers, since, well, it's Brazil, so it's gonna get a lot more heated in here, and as well, it is already heated on track. The track itself and the drivers as well. So some of them are more heated than the others, due to incidents in the qualifying, or maybe they're just really hot at the moment. They're sweating. Some they're freezing. Maybe Mr. Mine. I don't know. Well, since it's Finland. And so yeah, now we're just waiting for the 5 red lights, for the final 5 red lights of the season. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. As we get lights out. Now when we go here for the final time this season, Melon, good start from the line to keep us P1. Max Van is going to go down inside on Tim into turn 1. He's going to try to take that P2, but Tim defends nicely. Tim stays in P2. Ryan is going to try to attack Max Van, but he has to stay behind him at the moment. And meanwhile behind, Bobby's losing plenty of places. Bobby on the softs as well. There's a bit of carbon fiber from one of the cars. Seemed like carbon fiber from one of the cars, but Adonis in front. The drivers are still staying well. Leo, I was gonna say Leo had a great start, but he's dropped down from P9 down to P18 as of right now. He's still ghosted a lot. On Masamada spins in turn 11 going onto the grass. And so yeah, Mr. Mine as well down in P19. So and as well Kettle spins into turn 12. So an Alpine disaster as of right now. As well as a Aston Martin disaster. Leo going into the pits. Just about manages to not speed in the pit. Oh, he retires already there. Dome gets a 3-second time penalty, straight 3 seconds, so he's probably gonna get that removed. At least that's a warning. Tim goes into the race lead. He takes the race lead on lap 2. And we're gonna see these three battling a lot for that P1. Maybe someone still from behind can keep up with them, but it is gonna be very hard to keep up. Max Van a bit iffy into that turn 8. Ryan almost running into the back of Max Van. Rigging result already. The tires, most of them are mediums besides Sorrow and Kettle who are on the softs and Hotger who is on the hards. Jamie in front of Dome, who has left the session. Dome left the session. Connection issues for Dome for the final race of the season, and as well for his home Grand Prix here in Interlagos. Melon goes into the race lead. Yusuf, new false lap 08763. Meanwhile, behind Adonis and Tom are battling for that P12. Adonis, not a good start. He started P9, he's dropped down to P12. Stra has gained a position. Stra has as well. Oliver as well. I mean, yeah, Red Bull still need to get 20 points or something like that. I don't know. I didn't check the constructors, but that is for later, not now. Maybe for a safety car. But yeah, I mean, Mr. Mine needs to cook for Alpine, and he's cooking. He is going for the move on TVH, but he can't get him. Still can't get him into turn 8, but he needs to cook for Alpine. This is his chance to really save Alpine to stay in third in the constructors. Meanwhile, behind on Masmar, Oliver overtakes Dome, but Dome is a ghost at the moment, unfortunately. Tim, is he gonna go for the attack? No, he doesn't. Melon, fastest lap 08525. The fastest lap, of course, of the race at the moment. Well, duh. Meanwhile, behind, Adonis has overtaken Hudsger into turn 1. Adonis looks like to get the DRS from Dome. Yes, he does, actually. The top 7 are intact still. Not sure for how long is that gonna be, but I don't. They are still intact. We have Melon, Tim, Max Van, Ryan, Jamie, Brandon, and Yusuf in that. So Yusuf, even though not a good qualifying for him, he's still doing well. Adonis overtaking Dome. Well, of course, Dome is gonna be losing a lot of places since he has been disconnected. Let me just check quickly. Do I have him at it? Because I didn't even check. I don't think so. No, I don't even have him at it, so I can't even add him back. Tim going for the overtake on Melon, and Max Van as well is going for the overtake on Melon and Tim, and Max Van double overtake on Tim and Melon, and he moves up from P3 up to P1, and like that as well, it seems like Ryan has dropped the DRS from the top 3. So the top 3 are in their own little area at the moment. They still need to get away from Ryan. They're a bit conjuncted in here. Ryan is still a bit close on Tim. The gap is gonna get a little bit bigger. Ryan could just about get that DRS, but the top 3 have a superior pace compared to Ryan. Ryan still has good pace, but just not the same pace as the cars in front. Meanwhile, behind, mine and TVH are fighting for that P14, the first point on the table in here, and Mr. Mine takes P14 from TVH at the moment, but there's still a long race to go. Long race to go, still 30 laps to go. As of right now, Tim overtakes Max Van to go into the race lead. In the meantime, in front, behind, Jamie overtakes Ryan. These two are just going to be changing places, of course. Oliver has overtaken Stra. Adonis has already caught up to these two. Adonis is going to be a bit lonely. What happened to on Masmar? In turn 10, he went onto the grass and spun himself. It seemed like that he spun himself. Meanwhile, behind, what Kettle has spun on the exit of turn 2 and 3, and so he is the last driver at the moment. Meanwhile, in front, Stra has overtaken Oliver. Adonis is gonna have to perform a double overtake on these two. Stra has a little less ERS, but Oliver has pretty much the same amount of ERS as Adonis. Maybe he could send it, but we just now rejoined the session, but he's already down in 17th and far from the drivers, far from the actual competitive drivers. In front, Max Van, is he going for the move? No, he doesn't. He's just staying behind him. This is a bit the trend in Brazil. Meanwhile, behind Oliver and Stra, changing positions. Oliver in front of Stra. Meanwhile, for the lead, Max Van overtakes Tim. Adonis, is he gonna go for it on Stra and Oliver? He's trying to go for it on Stra. He's gonna have an overspeed onto Oliver, but he doesn't overtake Oliver, but he does overtake Stra, so that's very good news for Adonis at the moment. He's up to P9. And his next target, of course, is the car right in front of him. Like, right in front of him. And that's Oliver, which he should be able to overtake easily going into turn 1 and even before turn 1 if he just stays behind, very close behind Oliver. Don is still there. Meanwhile, in front, these three. What's it gonna be between these three? Tim, is he gonna overtake Max Van? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. Ryan isn't gonna overtake Jamie. In front, sorry, behind Adonis overtakes Oliver for that P8. Is he gonna overtake Oliver? No, he doesn't. He's staying in P10 at the moment. TVH and Sorrow gets overtaken by TVH. Mr. Mine up to P13. I didn't even realize that. He's up to P13. And the two cars in front of him are Hutger and Tom, who are battling for the P11, and Hutger is in front of Tom. Mr. Mine really needs to cook for Alpine. This is the chance that really Mr. Mine needs to shine. He needs to show his prime right in here. And of course not to take out anyone. I'm not trying to foreshadow anything, but just don't take out anyone. Yeah, just don't spin anyone. Right? In front, is Tim Malin gonna go for the overtakes? Doesn't seem like it. They're just staying like that. Meanwhile, behind, no, nothing in here. These three staying in the same, but Tom and Hutger have changed places. Hutger got overtaken by Tom. Does he get overtaken by Mr. Mine? No, he doesn't. Sarah's gonna overtake TVH into turn 1, so he's back into P14. Hutger, is he gonna try to re-overtake Tom into turn number 4? He has the DRS. He's gonna have the overspeed, and he's sending it down inside. And yet again, an easy move on Tom by Hutger. Hutger up to P11. Is the same thing once again. We have 3 packs. Well, 5 packs of, no, 6 packs of drivers. Let's say we have the top 3. Then the best of the rest of the best, you could say. Then the best of the rest. Then the then the, not really the rest of the rest, but you know, the good of the rest. Then these two trying to catch up, and then you have, well, Bobby, Dome, on Mass Mad, Kettle. Yeah. Depression zone. Alright? Depression zone. Tim, Melon, they are getting a bit freaky. Tim comes out on top. Comes more on Melon. Yeah. Hotger and Tom, yet again the same thing. Yet again the same thing. Like the 2 laps before, the same one on lap 10. Hotger yet again in front of Tom, going into turn 4. Mr. Mine just cannot overtake. Do not try to overtake Tom, that's a bad idea. And of course, do not try to take yourself out. That's a bad idea as well. An idea that I do not recommend. You will get a penalty. Or you'll get depression by spinning yourself out. Now, Mr. Mine should try to go for an overtake on Hotger. He has the DRS. He has more ERS than Hotger. It's yellows behind. That is Dome. It's on mathematics, seems like. Oliver overtakes Adonis. Tom overtakes Hotger. Mr. Mine still staying behind. Touches Hotger. Nearly spins out on the X of turn 1. He's gonna have the DRS, but he's gonna use his ERS a little bit. He needs to save his ERS through the second sector if he wants to try and have a go on the overtake. And yeah, yellow's behind. That's, well, not anyone really, but that's Bobby in the pits. These three are still in the same spots. These three are friends, so they're not gonna be fighting a lot. Are they? No, they're no. The top three we can pretty much just ignore at the moment. These as well we can ignore. So we're back into these two groups. Oliver gets overtaken by Adonis. Actually, no, the other way around. Adonis gets overtaken by Oliver. He's up to P8, he's down to P9. Mr. Mine gets the double overtake, finally, on Tom and Hotger. He's up to P11, Tom down to P12, Hotger down to P13. Tom is going to be able to this time defend from Hotger, because he has the DRS from Mr. Mine, and so Hotger doesn't overtake Tom going into turn 4 this time. He's finally in front of Hotger, so finally some change in here as well. Mr. Mine finally going for the overtake. And so Advent in P11, he's doing well, and that's probably going to be the best result Advent for him. Well, of course, he would, I mean, mistake on the X of turn 8, that doesn't really help him, of course, to try and get away from all these drivers. In front of them, these 2, 3, no, they're not going to do anything. Mr. Mine, is he going to get overtaken by Tom and Hotger? Probably is. He is. He's going to get fully overtaken by both of them. Has no ERS whatsoever. And them two are going to go side by side into turn 1. And a bit close. Hotger loses it on the exit into turn 2. Hotger and Mr. Mine. Mr. Mine can't do anything since he has no ERS. But Hotger as well, no ERS. But Mr. Mine needs to think about ERS saving. He needs to save his ERS, for the love of God. Tom has 80% of ERS. Mr. Mine needs to turn that ERS on none through the second sector. Through this part, going into turn 8, he needs to do that. Yes, he's gonna lose a little bit of time, but he just needs to, or just some laps, just don't use ERS. Like the overtake button, just don't use the ERS, the overtake button, and you're gonna be fine. Mino in front, Tim's they're still staying behind Max Van. These actually no. Adonis maybe going for the overtake on Oliver. Stra going into the pits, going for the undercut on the two cars in front of him, of course for his teammate, but that's only beneficiary like that. Hotger gets overtaken by Tom. Sorrow 10-second time penalty, spitting in the pit, so that's gonna be a race done for him, pretty much right there. Race done there. Yeah, and he even retires like that. Mr. Mine still staying behind. Hotger still staying behind. Mr. Mine gets a 3-second time penalty and almost goes into a wall. And retires from the race. Yeah. So, kick. Yeah. You happy there? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Mr. Mine is gonna get. I mean, Mr. Mine is Miss Samine is gonna get a penalty, not Keck won't do shit. He's not gonna do anything. As well, that is not his team anymore. Strat, 3 seconds. Jamie into the pits. The same with Tom as well. Stra is gonna overtake Tom easily, as he's now only changing his tires. Alright, mate, why are you seeing their chat then? In the Alpine chat? Why do you see their chat? Isn't that supposed to be only Alpine? Isn't that only supposed to be Alpine? And as I remember, you're not the Alpine TP or any involvement in the there. Oh, Yusuf leaves the session. Lovely. Top 3 still stays the same. Indigo doesn't like anyone besides Turbo, and Turbo and Indigo pretty much are made match in heaven. I feel like Turbo and Indigo are pretty much almost the same person. Just one is depressed and one doesn't. Yeah. TVH into the pits. This race definitely isn't the one to remember at the moment, especially for the season finale and the my last race to commentate as well, for at least next season. Yeah, old Matt into the pits as well. Is the top 3 gonna go into the pits? Tim, no. Melon, no. So the top 3 stays the same out on track. Besides that, Tim has overtaken Max Fan. Brandon is going for the overtake on Ryan. Did these two don't take out? No, they don't. Adonis going into the pits. Oliver as well going into the pits. Hotsker is holding up Jamie a little bit. But now Jamie's gonna get an easy overtake on the main straight. Meanwhile, in front, Mactan has re-overtaken Tim. I mean, yeah. Stra, it has come out that he's there, and he is in front of Oliver and Adonis, so the undercut has worked for Stra at the moment, and the gap is over a second. Stra has 3 seconds though, so I don't. It's not gonna be. It is gonna work for him, but he still needs that 3-second gap over Oliver and Adonis. As of right now, in front, Tim overtakes Max Fan. Ryan overtakes Brandon into turn 1. This race is a bit. This race is a bit shit. Honestly, at the moment, this is worse than Qatar. At the moment, I'm not gonna lie. This race at the moment is worse than Qatar. Use of 3 seconds. I don't even know how is that even possible. That Adonis going a bit wide into turn 1, and he gets a 3 seconds, and even gets re-overtaken by Oliver. Oliver has the DRS though, so on Strass, so Strass' plan hasn't worked. But honestly, at the moment, this race is more dull than Qatar. And honestly, that's a weird thing to say. Usually, Brazil brings out bangers, but that isn't the case. Yusuf seems like to have some problems on the exit of turn 12. Brandon and Ryan yet again switching places. In front, Tim and Max Van still doing the same thing. Yusuf into the pits. Jamie, of course, staying out. He went very early compared to his other competitors. He's gonna get a massive undercut on Ryan and Brandon. Of course, I'm not including Yusuf since he got disconnected. At the moment, he could be looking. Two mediums. That's interesting by Yusuf. Back to two mediums, and he just about is in front of Stra and Adonis and Oliver in front of the DRS. So the cars behind are not gonna get the DRS at the moment. Are these gonna pit? No, they're not gonna even pit anymore. Are they going for the softs? Seems like they're going for the softs. I mean, it's a bit mad. Rhino overtaking Brandon. These are gonna switch places again. Okay, that's the same shit. At the moment, Oliver doesn't need to overtake either of these two, since both of them have 3 seconds, 3-second penalties. Adonis had to go the other way, almost going into a wall, seemed like, on the outside, but Adonis gets the move done on Stra, even though it was a bit radical there. Hey, Mr. Mine, the door is open. You could do it, maybe Yusuf, probably. These two going side by side into turn 4, and Oliver is in front of Stra. Seeing that Stra went a little bit slow earlier. Now these three are going into the pits at the same time. Ryan and Brandon staying out, so they're gonna take the. Come on, join in. Don't be so scared. Join in, mate. Join in. Do not be so scared. Oh, there we go. Hello. Tai no, huomenta. Huomenta. Muuten try kuulekkyys, it was streamis. Et niinku tää on sit vaan meidän niinku jäppäily. Tää on sit vaan meidän jäppäily syy. Tää on tätä paskaa, tää kisaa. Tää on vähän tämmöstä. Autot vaan menee. Ei tää saatana tapahdu mitään. There's nothing happening. Brandon and Ryan going into the softs. These three are retaking the top 3. Nemo, Jamie up to before massive undercuts on Brandon and Ryan, but they're on the softs. I'm not gonna even commentate on those 3 in front. And these 3 still staying the same. Adonis could maybe go for the overtake on Oliver. Maybe. Is he gonna? He is. He's using ERS and he's going down inside, and Adonis makes the move done into turn 4. Lovely stuff by him. The rest, boring. Okay. Huomenta. Mikä sun GF-nimi on? Lyijy. Huomenta Lyijy. Mitä vittu? Äijä edes muista niinku oman niinku tyttöystävän niin. Joo ja vittu ne. Ja vittu nyt se rakeittu chatissa. Oi vittu tätä poskua. Voi. Chill out. Calma, calma, calma. Damn. You're getting your birthday gifts. Bobby retires in the pits. Yeah, at the moment that there's just nothing happening. Okay, mä tuun takas tää. Ei tää niinku, tää on niinku pahempi kuin Qatar. Tää on niinku vielä pahempi kuin tää, niinku siis top 3 niinku koko ajan sitä sama ja kun Melin, Max ja vittu Tim, niin ne vittu tietää toisiinsa, niin ei ne tuu niinku yhtään niinku tekemään mitään. Tää on niinku Teres niin shoppii koko ajan. Varmaan. Ei, mä tiedä. Damn. Yusuf somehow overtakes Ryan. And he defends like crazy from Ryan now. Ryan on the newer softs, he's defending like crazy from Ryan. Yeah, GPU is shut the fuck. Miksi Yusuf ei ottaa, koska se on ajamassa. Joo. Joo. Yep. Yeah. Oi! The contact between Ryan and Yusuf. And that's massive fronting damage to Yusuf. Ryan was trying to go down inside. Ryan as well fronting damage to Yusuf. Finally happening in the race. Yusuf is hell no. Is he gonna try to take out Ryan? Oh. Yeah. Safety car? Safe? No. Well, almost. Okay, something happened, finally! Something happened! Woo! But yeah, Ryan in fronting damage, probably is still gonna be in front of Adonis, but there's the question, is he gonna be in front of Oliver? Jamie Oliver. Ketä? Me. Bruh. Jopa joo. 10 laps to go of this Borefest of a race. Oh fuck. Ei helvetti, ei jumala, ei jumala. Niin. No kyllä Brandon kyllä catchaa, kyllä hänet kyllä catchaa Jamie, mutta en mä et ei niinku noi softit ne menee niin nopeasti. Ne menee niin nopeasti pois, et ei se tuu catchaa sitä. Siis ne menee niinku niin nopeasti pois, et vaikka pelikin ehkä sanoo, että menee niinku soft medium, niin ne softit menee niinku vaan noin. Ne menee noin. Nah. Oliver and Adonis just switching places again. Yeah. Oh! Kettle in the wall. But he even has a whole front wing. Yeah. Yeah, the race is so fun, yeah. the fact that it's my final race, this just makes depressing. Freedom. Siis kyllä mä nyt selostan niinku muita liigoja. Siis. Niin? Se on varmaan sit joko Yusuf. Se on ehkä ainut niinku juttu. Donis and Oliver are still changing places. Yeah. Mut joo. Niin, GPRS mä sit ajan. Ketzel. Again. That's it again. Mut joo, mä oon saanut Kekilt, tai Kekelt, niin offerin Red Bullil ja sit Indigold Astonil, mut mä menen Haasilla. Jep. Nee. Kiva. Mullekin, niin siis onks sulla T3 100? The fuck? Pro. Outoa. Mä oisin luullut, että se ois ollut toi... Mä oisin luullut, että toi ois ollut toi T3 RS, mut siis, tai T300, mutta ei oo näköjään. No. En mä... Mullakin joskus F1, niin pelkästään F1, niin joskus mun ratti niinku ei käänny niinku 360 asteet, vaan se kääntää niinku vähän enemmän. Niinku se pikkasen enemmän, mut kuitenkin... Joo, siis tää kääntää niinku... Ei niinku 360, vaan niinku... About... Ehkä 400. Niin sekin on ihan perseestä. Aha. No, mulla ei oo työpöytää, mä oon pleikkarilla, niin en mä vittu et en mä sit tiedä, miten sit täällä tästä sit toimis. Joo. Joo. Ja sit muist, niin sit tää toimii niinku hyvin. Mä tiedän, että tää peli on vähän peppuu. Vähän... Uh-huh. Mm. Joo. Mutta tää kun jotain edes tapahtuu, niin tästä vähän me vaan jäppäillä niin ekana, niin no, aikaisemmin ei tapahtunut mitään ja sit nyt kun me jäppäillä, niin nyt niin tapahtuu niin kuin, no joo, kun täällä on niin 14 kuljettajaa vaan. Jos ei... No joo, koituskin pistä. Mä teen noin samat pisteet, mitä Haas on tehnyt tässä kaudessa, niin varmaan niinku 3 kisas. Varmaan. Bring back Haas to greatness. Ei jumalauta. Joo. Joo. Tämmöstä tää. Joo. Siinä niin. Henkilökortti. Tänään täytin. Anna kalja. Baari. Niin. Ja se ei muuta ryppää ja sit vittu. Joo varmaan. Vittu ei. Oi. Nyt. Fuck. That was a bit close. 3 wide into turn 4, and what if it's going all over the place. Melanie in the race lead, Tim in P2, Max Van in P3. This is great racing at the moment. As we head up into turn 8, TVH gets a 3 second, but we don't care. Tim, yes, that is Mr. Mind talking. It's just that you don't hear Tim talk anything since that's not oh, Ryan out. Too late, man. What the f? By the way, that could allow Alpine to get third in the constructors, maybe I don't know. Okay, 2 laps to go. Let me just do this hit before after that I will come back to talk Finnish. So, okay. Melin is fighting with his friends. Tim trying to go down inside into turn 4, but Melin still defends that position a little bit over in turn 4. But Melin is still leading from Tim and Max Van, then behind 11 seconds, depressing Jamie, dying, suffering, seeing monkeys. And yeah, I don't know, maybe some hills, nature, I don't know, probably regretting his choices of life. As we are gonna soon start the final lap of the race and the season as well. Tim is sort of trying to overtake Melin on the main straight without even using all of his DRS. Melin loses 2 positions just like that with no DRS. Max Van as well has overtaken Melin, and he's gonna try to go for the race lead. Tim is gonna try to stay in the race lead. And Max Van, he's not gonna get the move. Melon has so much ERS at the moment that he can just fully deploy. Okay, if Jamie P4 we lose, if P4... Okay, so... Okay. Melon almost runs into the back of Max Van. Max Van and Tim are of course trying to save as much of ERS as possible. Keck has binned it, but we don't care. Kettle, not Keck. As we're gonna go into the final braking zone of the track. Tim goes a bit wide into turn 12, locks up, and this is gonna allow Max Van to probably win this Grand Prix, but Melon still has full ERS, but Max Van is the closest one, and Max Van is gonna be able to overtake Tim. Yes, he does, and Max Van is gonna take the final race win of the season. Tim just about manages to get P2, Melon P3, Jamie P4, Brandon P5, then with penalties, it's gonna be Oliver, as of right now, to be P6, but these two still have this one straight to go. Adonis has a bit more ERS, well, a lot more ERS, and as well has the DRS to go into the finish line, and Adonis easily overtakes Oliver to the finish line, whole car length, and Adonis is in P6, Oliver P7, Stra in P8, then it is Tom in P9. Very good race from him as well. Hutsker manages to finish in the top 10. And then after that it should be TVH and or Masmad and Kettle were lapped. Dome as well lapped his AI. TVH has no fuel. Has run out of fuel. A painful way to end the season, I guess. But it is what it is. A mid race in the end, unfortunately. Even though we all probably thought that Brazil is gonna bring out a banger, but it didn't bring a banger. It brings lady boys in here. Max Van. Looks like to have that drive today, but I don't know. Probably it's gonna be the same with Qatar, that no one really deserves it. I mean, there's still Oliver, Stra, Tom, Hutsker, who all are 5 places up from their original finishing position. TVH as well from P18 to P11. On Masmat from P19 to P12, and then here's the rest that's finished or not finished. Drive today, I'm just gonna say Max Van because why not? And that was the season there. That was my commentary done as well in here. A bit of a disappointing race to end this like this, but unfortunately it is like this. Sometimes you just don't get what you want, how you would want, what you would have wanted, but it is what it is at the moment. New season is gonna be in, well, maybe 3 weeks. Maybe the new season is gonna start in 3 weeks, maybe. 1 week for all the transfers and all that, and the break. Then 1 week is going to be the pre-season, and then the other is probably going to be the race. So all that. Probably like three weeks of the break. But anyways, next season, new season, like I said. Of course, next season is a new season. And honestly, I don't have anything else to add, so I'm just going to end this quickly. So see you next season without me, well, with me, but in a different role, driving that beautiful white car that got driven by TVH and Kettle. Hopefully I will do a better job than them on that, and yeah, see you next season, hopefully with someone in here in in the commentary box. That was it from me. So see you next season, and with me as a different role. Bye.